can come here if you can't see. Yeah, you can come on this side. Come on this side. You see that? So the more scope you.
So that's why they had a scrape on this part because the tube was rasping.
That was not. That was not.
That was not that.
No, that was different. So this is when you are pushing scope. So from here, as you distend, first the stomach distends like this, and then you have a long path, and then your scope is no longer straight. You are going along this path.
Taking the long way.
This is known as the long route. Okay. The problem with the long route is once the scope is no longer straight, it will be difficult to negotiate it using your angulating wheels. It does not follow your commands. So it is completely curved here, and now you are at the pylorus, and now you wonder why I am not able to control it and negotiate the tip. You understand? Too much of the scope is in. This is like a loop within your scope. To work, your scopes have to be straight or as little curved as possible. So short route is this.
Straight the whole time.
Yes.
What does it mean basically? Long route is when you are going along the greater curvature. Short route is when you are going along the lesser curvature. Once you get a hang, once you have done a couple of hundred, you will automatically be along this. Why we don't recommend it in the beginning? You are going along the lesser curvature. Whereas I keep on telling you, stay away from the lesser curvature, go to the center. Isn't it?
Yes.
I keep on telling you that. Why? If you are too close to this, first of all, you are missing out on all those things. I do it when I come back, I know immediately what that is. Other thing is, you may scrape the lesser curvature. We don't want that. So right now, stay here in the middle. But try to identify this problem. You are negotiating the pylorus and you see that there is hardly any scope left in your hand. Most of the insertion tube is inside. What do? Pull the scope out. Pulling the scope out will make it so when you pull the scope out from this position, that means you are applying force in this direction. You are pulling it out and the scope will move like this. Isn't it? When you pull it out, it will become straighter. So you straighten the scope. And a straight scope would be something like this rather than this. This follows your command. It is easier to negotiate this because this position, even if you push the scope further, what will happen? That is exactly what you are doing. The scope is in this position. Isn't it? Give me the scope. You just hand it over. So once you are going inside, you have gone, and now we'll just leave it here. You see that? The scope is going like this.
Exactly.
This is the long position. This is the long position. And now you are looking at the pylorus.
Yes.
And now you want to push further
It's not.
so that it will cross the pylorus.
Yes.
You keep on pushing. What will happen? See.
Exactly what's happening.
This curve will become more exaggerated. And you are wondering, I am pushing, why the tip is not moving forward? There is a loop here. So you must pull, and now the scope becomes straighter. You see that? And now if I push,
Yes.
Easily pass.
okay? This concept is actually known as looping. We will discuss this in detail when we are doing colonoscopy. But the same concept applies here also, but to a very limited extent actually. Okay? So this is the reason.